Welcome to Curvy Girl Conversations, the podcast. I am Erica.
And I'm Cam, representing for the Curvy Girls on the West Coast.
And I'm representing for the Curvy Girls on the East Coast. We're going to have meaningful, honest, curvy conversations.
Unapologetically about navigating through this beautiful, curvy world.
Let's go. Hey, girl. Hey, what's good with you?
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. By the way, I did have chicken wings today. Yeah. Anyway.
Actually, I just got back from Miami and we went to, oh my goodness, a Cajun Boil place in Miami, a very popular spot in Brickell. And when I tell you I had the best sriracha, is it sriracha? Is that what it is? Sriracha? Wings, girl, they were to die for. They were to die for. Yes. So when in Miami, you're going to have to check that out. Absolutely.
I am. Okay. Well, let's talk to the people a little bit. Let's talk to the people.
Listen, first of all, it's ain't no thing but a chicken wing for me. But anyway, what's good with me is, like I said, I did just get back from Miami. Unfortunately, I got hustled out of Miami because of the storm. Of course. But nevertheless, it's been a great few weeks. I am your girl's a newlywed. But, even with things being good, life still continues to life. It's like a saying that I recently read. I don't know if I'm going to get this right, but it's like just because I carry it well doesn't mean it's not heavy. And I'd like to say that a lot of us, carry things very well, and that ish is heavy, right? Welcome to Curvy Girl Conversations, y'all. We're just about to have a conversation today. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna drink my water.
Listen, can we talk about what it's like to be a woman and the fact that we're supposed to make it look like it's not heavy? Like, who came up with that? Like, women, moms, sisters, daughters, whatever we are, we get down, we get busy, we get stuff done.
Right.
But, and then we talked about this in another episode a little bit about bringing home the bacon and frying it up in the pan and all that. And okay, and we do whatever we do, how we do it, but sometimes that stuff gets a little. I'm looking for a tap out, a shoulder, something to just a little breaky break, okay? And I feel like sometimes we're the people that people go to, but we're also the people that can't go to anyone.
Just to have a little bit of a vent session, I agree with you 100%. We're super women. A lot of us we should just leave the house with a cape on every day. And not to say that there's not men out there that do the same thing, but speaking for us curvy girls, right?
That's right.
And I'm not just talking about a body type, I'm talking about a mindset as well. We carry the weight of the world on these shoulders, right? And just to have a little therapeutic moment, I have grown men in my house, not just my mister, but my boys. I have a 23-year-old. My oldest is out of the house, of course, he's overseas, but my 23-year-old and my newly 19-year-old, they're in the house. Now they're in school. They're doing well, but they're not working right now. They do their online stuff where they make a couple dollars, building, Roblox and building graphics and things like that. So they're working on their own little businesses, but their change is very limited. Their funding is very limited. Their funding comes from their mother and their father, and that's me and their dad. I work full time. I am a full-time entrepreneur and a full-time employee. I have a 9 to 5, but sometimes I lose a little bit. So today specifically, I'm outside tooting the horn because I've picked up some food for them to put in the fridge, and I'm calling their cell phones that I still pay for. No one's answering. I am trying not to have to come to the door with my key and do the whole, I'm tooting the horn, nobody's answering. I go to the door, the doorbell. I rang the doorbell because now I have two bags in my hand. They're not answering the door. Now, I already know they're not answering the phone because they have headphones on while they're doing this, right? I lost it. Cam, when I tell you, when that door opened, I let them have it. It was out of pure frustration. Like, I'm just coming back in from a long day's work. I'm carrying groceries and I just bought them. I can't get y'all to answer the door. I can't get y'all to, the frustration of just being responsible for so much, being at work, doing what I need to do, being at home, doing what I need to do, and just not, sometimes I just don't think we feel as supported as we should be. And those young men are going to learn. And the speaking to that I gave them today, I think really that's the best way for me to say it, is I think they are realizing that they have to support their mama a little more, because things are going to change around. There's going to be a new sheriff around here. And just, just feeling overwhelmed. And
it's so true, because when I come home, or when my husband comes home, he asks me this thing and it just lights my fire. But he doesn't understand when he asks me, what are we going to eat? Why crazy? And let me tell you why. Let me explain why. Is it because I don't know of what we could eat? Pizza, spaghetti, salad, sandwiches. Is it because I don't know that there are things in there to eat? No, it is because you are putting the responsibility of the choice on me. Because he says, I didn't ask you to cook. I just asked you, what are we going to eat? I can go get it. No. I don't want to make a decision. Guess what? At work, I've been making decisions all day. At work, I've been telling people what to do all day. When I come home, I don't want to do that. This whole idea of the alpha female who wants to lead everything, I am not her. I am not. Now, I get stuff done, right? Yeah, I'm going to get it done every time. But what I want is I want to be a helper when I'm home. I do not want to be the person who gets stuff done. And so we have had this conversation about as many times as can be had. And guess what? Last night when he came home, he said, what are we going to eat? And so I give up. So what I do now is this is what we're eating. So I cooked last night. This is what we're eating. We're not going to have a conversation about it. And I'm picking my battles. But I do think that because my husband sees me as a person, he sees me in my work life and how I'm, I take charge, quote unquote, air quotes type of thing. I think he thinks that I like that. I don't like that crap. I gotta do it because it's my job.
I'm gonna put this on you a little bit. I blame you. Number one, if you guys haven't been on the Curvy Girl Code or seen, this woman can cook. She can burn. The stuff that I have seen you put together, it's partially your fault. He wants, I'm sure he's open.
I'm not lying.
But you cook circles around me, so I know he wants that goodness. So that's partially the problem. You are an amazing cook. So
okay, so what's the other part of the problem, Erin? What's the other part?
The other part is that they not necessarily depend on us, but we are women, and I'm gonna say women in general, because I'm gonna use that word. We're generals. We really move and shake. Right? Mm-hmm. We make things happen. You just said that you're doing that at work all day. Same thing with me. The way I came home prepared to make sure that the kids were going to eat, right? It's just that at one point, I was in a previous relationship, and I'm not going to throw my ex-husband under the bus, but I felt like a lot of times I did wear the pants in the relationship. This new
Mm-hmm.
relationship, girl, I'm a damsel in distress. Girl, I don't know how to put a light bulb in. I don't know how to
I
screw
love
the
it.
screw. I don't know how to change a tire. I don't even know how to open the thing on the bottle or on babe. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do nothing because I need your help.
And that's the thing. That's all we're asking is, you
Help.
know, for all that. And my husband does that. It's just that he always wants my input. I probably sound like a brat right now. I know I sound like a brat. He wants my input and I don't want to give it. But I
You know,
want to.
yes, you are blessed. You are blessed because if we're being real and having a real curvy girl conversation, there are some women that don't have a voice in their home. There are
You're
so
very
many
right.
people that may be in abusive situations, narcissistic relationships. So this is not
Yeah.
a knock on either one of our conversations, but
Mm-hmm.
the point being is even in those situations where there might be someone listening now that says, Eric and Cam, you're absolutely right. We wish we were in a position where we had more of a voice,
Yeah.
we had more control or could do more. So there's two sides to that, right? So we can talk to the fact of even that being overwhelming. We talk about carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, being in troubling situations. How do we address getting out of certain situations or suggesting to our significant others or the people that are in our life maybe to go to counseling, go to support? Like it would be awesome to be able to talk about some solutions to some of this. What I talk to my boys about, first of all, I say talk. The first 5 minutes of my conversation, you probably could have heard me three houses down because that's how pissed I was.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but after I, calmed down and thought about it, my son went on to tell me that he had um, taken a 2 hour walk today from the house to the gym and he was tired and he goes on all this little explanation and I'm thinking I've been on him about being more physically active as well. So then I'm like, okay, well maybe I overreacted a little bit. But like some solutions that we could talk about with us women feeling overwhelmed in all of our different situations. And there may be someone in a household that doesn't have kids, doesn't have a significant other. Maybe they're in the house with their parents. Maybe, they're just in the house with, and I say just, I'm not going to say just. They may have their loving pet that they love and adore. It's just so full circle about being overwhelmed, no matter what the circumstances are. But what kind of solutions can we offer?
So, one big one, I'm going to put myself out there.
Come on, girl.
Ladies, ladies, those of you who know what I'm talking about, testify with me. Okay. When you listen to this podcast, when you're watching it, testify.
Testify.
I don't like to ask for help.
Well, wow.
I want you to read my mind. I'm gonna need you to read my mind and know what I need help with. Because if you don't, and then you don't ask me, I'm gonna be pissed off about it.
Well, that's not a solution,
So,
friend. That's not a solution.
it is a solution. The solution is I gotta start asking for help. Like
There's the
that's
solution.
what I'm saying. Is like I could probably nip all of this in the bud by simply just saying, "Hey guys, I need help." But to your point, part of it, I'm speaking for me, ladies. I'm not speaking for anyone else. Part of it is what I project, and what I put out there is, "I don't need your help. Get out of my way so I can get it done."
Right.
And I'm working on that. So one of the things I just had an epiphany is like when my husband gets home tonight, I'm going to be like, "Hey, dear," and I'm going to ask for help with something. I'm not going to roll my eyes and breathe deep when he doesn't do, and when he doesn't read my mind.
Right.
And so that is my tip. So do you have any suggestions, Erica?
Mine is going to be very similar to yours, and it's communication. It's communication.
Communication.
Communicate what you are feeling. Communicate to the best of your ability what you're feeling. You know, a lot of times I think that we assume a lot of what you just said about reading your mind. We assume that they know how we feel. Like I assumed that my sons are okay with letting me work full-time jobs, pay their bills, pay their cell phone, pay. Like I assume that they understand that it's overwhelming and it's a lot and I want their help. I assume that, right?
Yep.
So
And they might not. Yeah.
they don't get it. They don't get it. So communicating the reality of the situation may be helpful, right? Or asking for help. Another thing would be reaching out to talk to someone else about what you're going through, and maybe if you need help, talk to someone professionally. You know,
Yes. Yes.
that's another suggestion. Find professional assistance.
Yeah, I like that too, because sometimes, especially when it's our mate, I don't want to talk to my girlfriends and complain about my mate, because on the other side of that is happiness, and then you guys are going to be looking at him sideways, and I can't have that, right? So yeah, maybe it is a good idea to talk to someone outside of everything and kind of maybe see like, hey, is it, are you the rider or the horse in this situation? Because sometimes we think that we're one of the riders, but we're actually the horse. Just like me having that epiphany where I'm telling you I'm getting irritated with my husband for not reading my mind.
Right.
Like,
right.
And literally that's what I'm, and I'm not like being funny saying like, oh, he doesn't read my mind. I've had conversations with myself where I'm like, now doesn't he know? No, he doesn't know.
They don't.
So,
they really don't.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point that I think that we have to, and we had a previous guest on, Furia, and we just talked about breathing and taking 90 seconds to, if you guys didn't see that YouTube episode, go back and watch that. If you didn't listen to it, go back. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on all your platforms for your podcasts that you love to listen to. Go listen to it. But we talked about taking 90 seconds to breathe through whatever you're going through at the current moment, right? And just kind of sit in whatever emotion or feelings that you're experiencing, to kind of just feel that release of that moment. Because I really, really feel like sometimes we stay in a mental space that we don't have to stay in all the time. I don't know.
And we don't have to do it alone. Like that's, I think, a good point that you made, because part of us making it look light and not heavy is thinking that we have to go through things alone. And again, like maybe it's not your immediate circle. Maybe you find a therapist. Maybe you find someone who you feel safe. I don't know about you, Erica, but there are times when I will say, my husband will say, what's wrong? And I'll say nothing. And inside, do you know what I know I need? And there's nothing wrong, but I need a good cry. I just need a really good cry, like to release some things. So finding someone who you can do that with, or who can explain why the heck I do it in the first place, I don't know, but all of those things are super important. And I guess if we think about it, that's what we're trying to create here too, is a community or a safe place where people can talk about things like that. Like we are here.
I love that you said that, community, because in my head, when you were just talking about I need a good cry, all I could think about was like a girls' trip. All I could think about was like a girls' meetup. All I could think of is you and I are putting together a Curvy Girl meetup in the very near future.
and y'all, everyone's coming.
Yes, everyone is coming.
And we're going to do that. There's going to be a lot of hugging, a lot of laughing, a lot of crying, and a lot of, hey, I don't know, is there a Black word for a lot of like, girl, you know you it is, hyping, exactly. A lot of hyping each other up. We're going to hype each other up.
It's going to happen. Make sure you guys go to Curvy Girl Conversations. Curvy Girl. You can also go to my website, which is thecurvyconfidence.com, to log in and at least make sure that you have your email tied to us, so that we can send you information about meetups, because beautiful segue to the fact that 2025, early 2025, we are going to start meeting in person with our Curvy girls to have these conversations in person. So I'm super excited to connect with you all. Feel free to leave your messages. Make sure you are following and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Make sure you are following me on Instagram, as well as Cam at the Curvy Girl Code and me at the Curvy Confidence. Cam, what else you got going on right now?
You know what I have going on? I have a couple of trips coming up, and I am doing my pajama party series on Instagram on the Curvy Girl Code. So if you are a lover of pajamas, a pajama file, come check me out on Sundays, where I talk a little bit about what it looks like and feels like to have those Sunday angst before you go to work Monday, all while wearing some fabulous pajamas. Erica, what about you, my friend?
Sounds like we need to do a live next Sunday, a live on Instagram.
Let's do it.
With our pajamas on. I'm down. I'm here for it. Yes. So that's
pajama party. Pajama party.
Yes. So outside of me doing the Champions for Health, and hopefully you'll be joining us again in Orlando, Florida, we have the Champions for Health annual wellness summit, and that's coming up next year. Is it August 2025? Go to championsforhealththesummit.com and learn more. Guys, we're looking for sponsors. If you know a company that is in need of building their business and building their brand, please have them reach out to us. Jump in our DMs, get in the messages here. Just contact us. We look forward to hearing from you. Y'all, we are here regularly. You can find new episodes every other Tuesday. We're here having these Curvy Girl conversations here on YouTube, but also on your podcast platforms that you love.
All right. Well, thank you, Erica. As usual, it's always been a blast. I'll see you next week. And until then.
Did you say wing?
Next wing week. I sure did.
We need a wing sponsor. Wing sponsor. Wing.
All flats extra hard. Lemon pepper. With that, we out.
My garlic parm all day. Bye.
Bye.